The fun starts now because you've done the hard work. You've worked on your credit. You've talked to a lender and you've gotten your pre approval letter and you are ready to go actually look for a house. What do you look for? How do you know? How do you know whether you're getting a good house or not? Well, come on. Let's talk our way through the process so that you'll know what to expect. The first thing that we want to talk about is now that you know your budget, you know how much that a lender will let you spend, you know a little bit more about the whole process. Let's start this process by really let's talk about your ideal house. If if what you were looking for is exactly in your budget, what will you be looking for? Are you looking for an older home or new construction or something, maybe less than 10 years old, or maybe you want something that's 100 years old? I have a niece that always said when she was growing up she wanted to live in a house with squeaky floors, and she lives in a 100-year-old house right now with lovely oak floors. Um, that's a personal decision, and it does make a difference in what we will go look for. If you're looking for newer, then I'm going to schedule different homes than if you're looking for older, and different neighborhoods. All kinds of things go into that one question. So, how many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? What kind of entertaining space do you need? A shop? Um, a man cave in the backyard? Do you want a pool? Do you want in a neighborhood, or do you want a little country feel? All of those things are things I want you to think of, just because it helps me begin to pick out homes for you to look at. One of the biggest things that people look for, especially if you have young children, is what school district do I want to be in? Do I want my kiddos in? Are you currently in a particular school and you want to stay in that district? Then that's going to define what we look for house-wise. Okay, I'm also going to want to know, do you want to look at 2 stories? Is there a reason that you might want to stay in a one story, in a single story? Is there a person in your life that needs handicapped amenities? The more you can tell me about your situation, the better off we'll be when we start looking. And yes, if you do want to talk new construction, you do want me to come along to those builder offices. The whole premise of new construction is those lovely consultants there represent the builder. If you don't take me along, you don't have anybody representing you or your interests, and that, believe me, you take me along, you'll be glad you did. Most builders will increase their incentives or make some adjustments because they want realtors like me to bring more business to them, and so they help take care of our clients. All right, so we've got some basic parameters down, and maybe we're going to go look at a couple of different areas. It's perfectly okay for you to not know exactly which neighborhoods you want to look at, and so I'm all for looking at a couple of different areas just so that you can get a feel for what you can afford in each of those areas. So when we're ready here to go the day of the tour, I'm going to set up as many homes for you to see as possible, anywhere from 6 to 10. And believe me, 6, 8, and 10, your brain's going to begin to be scrambled. So I always provide my buyers with a notebook that has all of the listings in it that we're going to see that day. It has a few photos in there of these listings, and a place to write notes so that you can write your impressions, what you loved about the house, what you did not like about a house, and that way later you guys can talk, and both of you can remember, or all of you, if you're a family looking, all of you can remember the same house and you can discuss it rationally. I also bring snacks and coffee. Oop, there's the coffee cup. And of course, water bottles. Because buying a house, looking for houses, that's hard work. And you're going to burn some calories and some brain energy, and we need to make sure your blood sugar stays up. So no, no donuts or anything like that, but bring some protein. Yeah, whatever is good for you. I'll try to have some snacks with me as well, because the last thing I want you to do is run out of gas. All right. When we first drive up to a home, you're going to notice the curb appeal right away. Is it appealing? Are the bushes trimmed? Is there weeds everywhere? Is the lawn mowed? Yes, these are all things that can be changed. But if it's pretty and attractive, you're going to love driving up to it, to the house every day. So just take a moment. Do you like the street? Do you like the neighborhood? Do you like the way the house looks? And then once we're in the house, it takes me a minute to open the electronic locks and get into the house. And you can be looking around. So once we're in the house, a couple of things. It is okay, honestly, for you not to like any house that we look at. I need to hear your opinions. I'd love your group to stay together as one group. It's hard for me to hear your opinions when half of you are looking at the kitchen and the other half are looking at the pool out back. It's hard for me to keep up with. So let's stay together as a group, and we'll get through the whole thing, and we'll take all the time that you need on this quick survey look that we're doing. The second thing is you are free to open and play with anything that stays with the house, which means open cabinet doors, open closets. Let's look in the attic. You do not get to play with the stereo or the big screen TV. You do not get to jump on the beds. And if we're touring with children, a quick note here. Let's try to find sitters for children under 12. Actually, the fewer people to go, the better. Everybody can come when we've narrowed it down to one or two houses, and you will be able to concentrate more as well. All right. The other things you can ask any question that you want about the house. I will not always know the answers, but I can make notes and I can find out for you if there's particular things you'd like to know. One more thing as you're walking through all of these houses, try to see past the decor. Whether they're decorated to your taste or not, the furniture is not going to stay. So don't let that ratty couch or recliner turn you off of the house. The paint color can be changed. Do not lock yourself into having to have the perfect paint color, because for a few hundred, or depending on the size of the house, a few $1,000s, you can have the thing repainted. Try to see past how someone else has lived in the house, and take a few minutes and pause in each room and say, would my furniture fit? Do I like the way this room feels, the way it might lay out? And as far as your furniture fitting, it's easier to buy new furniture for a house than it is to buy a house to fit your existing furniture. And I have some thoughts here that maybe with a few tweaks and modifications you could make a house that's otherwise perfectly desirable, but maybe doesn't fit that ginormous sectional. Maybe you can replace the sectional. Anyway, try your best to see past the way the sellers are living in their house right now, and imagine what it's like for you and your family to live in this house. That'll help you eliminate houses. And honestly, that's what we're doing. We're not going on these long tours to really choose a house. We're going to eliminate houses. And yes, occasionally you will find one that you love. The minute you drive up, the minute you walk in, that's the one. It feels right, it looks right, it's just right. And that's what we're going to be talking about, making an offer and how to structure that. One of the other things I want to hear from you when we're walking through a house or after we've been, out for a little bit, tell me what you did not like. That's very valuable to me because it tells me on a really practical level different things I need to be looking for when I'm looking for houses to take you to. So it's very important that I hear what you don't like. You will not hurt my feelings. I promise you. Just because I put a house on a list does not mean you have to like it. Here's one additional fact. I sell houses. I do not necessarily evaluate areas, neighborhoods, anything like that. And due to fair housing laws, I am extremely careful on what I say. In fact, I'm not just careful. Actually, legally, I'm limited in some of the things I can tell you and say. I can send you places to learn about crime statistics. I can send you places to help learn about schools. About all I'll ever say to someone is, oh, yeah, people love being in this school district. This is a very well thought of school district. And I know that because that's what people tell me. But mostly, I will send you to other websites and sources so that you can do your own research. What's important to me or to another one of my clients may not be important to you. So you're going to want to evaluate on your own. So every time I take people out looking for homes, no matter what the price range, no matter what the experience, somebody eventually asks, why are the sellers selling? This is a great house, or, whatever. Why are they leaving? Hey, the quick, easy answer is, I don't know. I don't always know that from the buyer's side. But let's assume they've gotten a new job and they're moving up. Maybe they're downsizing. Maybe, there's a divorce and they're looking for new living arrangements. But mostly, maybe it's just because the house doesn't work for them anymore. And that's great for you because it might be just exactly what you're looking for. So let's not worry about why they're leaving. Let's see if the house fits you. And because that's the most important part. If you have any questions on the house buying process, give me a call. Be sure, and I think this subscribe button should be right down there. Subscribe because we're going to have a couple more installments in this series. And if you have not checked out the credit building video that started this series and the everything you wanted to know about loans, which is the second part, go back and have a look at them. And until the next installment, give me a call if you have any questions. I look forward to helping you buy a house.